All right, morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning. What did you guys go over yesterday?
Went over
Okay,
here,
so people can see you.
videotapes of fire
It's too
and
tight.
looking over our truck periodically during our shift to make sure that there's no objects that are flammable in areas.
Yesterday?
Yeah. That was
Wednesday.
Yeah.
What did we talk about yesterday?
Fire stuff?
No, I wasn't here. It was you guys and Mitch.
There was fire
We
stuff.
went over that
You guys
again.
went over
I
that
went
again?
24/7, the chapter 7 last part of it.
Talk about fire stuff.
Yeah.
We recapped what
Wow.
you saw on Wednesday, that is right, and that was the takeaway.
Does trust sound familiar? Talking about trust? Talking about feedback and how to change from it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So today, we're gonna wrap up the rest of the chapter. Why is it so important to separate what we think from what people say? Or as far as that goes, what we say too.
Well, there's difference of opinion on the situations, but you have to come to a common ground, what is safe.
That's definitely one part of it, because safety is what?
Number one.
It's not a priority, right?
It's job one.
Okay, so with that, why is it important that we don't just go by hearsay, put it that way?
Get false information.
False information, okay? So you gotta be careful where you're getting feedback from, right? You gotta listen to everything, but you can't always just go off of what someone says, you gotta get the answers, right? What should we focus on to ensure that we listen and learn from feedback? What type of things do we need to focus on?
Safety aspect of it.
The safety aspect, yeah. You guys remember me talking about the circles of influence back when I just became a route manager?
No.
Okay. You have your immediate circle that's right around you. You have control over stuff that's close to you, okay? Your circles of influence, there's different circles at different levels. If you concentrate on the stuff that you have control over, a lot of times that plays into the next circle. So it brings that circle in closer, and you have more influence on that. So if you concentrate on the things that you have control over, you're in a much better situation, you don't get stressed out as much. Because if you concentrate on the things that are way out here, instead of the stuff that's in here, then you stress yourself out.
Worry about stuff that happened at the job, not what's going on at home.
Exactly. Well, it's that. It's a number of different aspects in your life. Okay? And who can change an individual's behavior?
You,
You?
you yourself.
You yourself. The person, right? Individual. Why? Why can't I change you?
You have to be willing to do it.
Exactly. What do we call that? A number of different things we can call it. There's not one right answer. What's the emotional commitment? Remember talking about that? What engagement is?
You talking about the safety 24/7, the culture of it?
Yes. It's basically our core beliefs here. Remember we talked about engagement with SVO? It's that emotional commitment to do the right thing and to work towards goals. It's your emotional commitment to your job, to life in general. That's what engagement is. It's not just speaking up, it's doing. So that individual behavior that you change, you have to have buy-in. You have to have engagement. Okay? What's the takeaway today?
Positive outlook.
Positive outlook?
Stay focused.
Stay focused? On what?
Safety and everything around you.
And this is kind of a wrap-up of the whole week. So we're talking about a culture, we're talking about trust. We're talking about changing. So keep that in the back of your head, because everything plays a role in the next chapter that we go over. Everything is working up to the whole story, if you want to look at it that way. Let's have a safe day.
Happy
Enough to say about Bohemians.